Okay, so welcome to my first video of 2025, and today we are going to talk about another Sonic game, or should I say a Shadow game, because last year was the year of Shadow, and it seems like Sega wanted to do something big for Shadow last year due to his next debut on the third Sonic movie. And not only that, but Sega really cooked with some banger games last year. They released Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Persona 3 Reload, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, Metaphor, and of course, Sonic X Shadow Generations. But we're just gonna stick with Shadow Generations since that's the main focus of the video. I'll still mention a little bits of Sonic Generations since Shadow Generation is an expansion to Sonic Generations, just like Bowser's Fury with Super Mario 3D World. The gameplay is actually really fun. It feels so addicting that you can't stop playing the game, and that's a good thing to say. It pretty much takes some details from Sonic Frontiers from the looks of it. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk about the story. And oh, spoilers of course, if you haven't played or finished Shadow Generations, please respectfully click off the video. Or if you want to stay and watch the video and don't mind any spoilers, you're welcome to stay. But I won't focus too much on the story for this video. I do want to focus on the levels and the bosses for this game. The story begins of Shadow inside the Space Colony Arc. Now, why was he in the Space Colony Arc? For some strange readings. Could it be the return of the Black Arms from Shadow the Hedgehog? Wink wink. Okay, I won't do that again. Then something weird was going on in the Ark, so Shadow went to check it out, and it seems like he found what he was looking for. So we cut to the first level of the game, and the gameplay is really fun. My favorite part has to be the chaos control. It can also stop the timer, which it's kind of an easy way to get an S rank. And then during a little bit of a cutscene in the gameplay, we saw the return of Black Doom. And how did Black Doom return? Well, he returned by utilizing a surviving Doom's Eye in the Space Colony Arc. Yeah, I did a Google search for that. Anyways, Black Doom returned and he teleported us to a messed up Radical Highway. And oh yeah, you're gonna see a lot of Radical Highways in these first levels. After the first level, we cut back to a cutscene where Shadow found the fake emerald from Sonic Adventure 2. And then after that, the Time Eater shows up. And just like what happened with Sonic and his friends, even classic Sonic, they got trapped in a white space. The hub world is actually really fun to explore. It pretty much kind of taken inspiration from Bowser's Fury, but it also takes some more inspiration from Sonic Frontiers, which honestly does make sense since Sonic Frontiers was the recent Sonic game, and how Shadow Generation just feels like you're playing as Shadow in Sonic Frontiers. Well, at least in my opinion. Oh, and they also brought back Maria and Gerald Robotnik, which makes sense since Maria and Gerald were very important characters to Shadow. Until Gun shows up and ruined everything in the Space Colony Arc. And before we talk about the level and bosses, I wanted to talk about the Doom powers that were featured in this game. Now, the Doom Spear is basically the Chaos Spear, but more awesome. The Doom Blast, just attack the enemy by pressing the attack button, and then press the attack button again to launch the enemy to a different area, and then you teleport and finish the enemy. The Doom Surf is just for water areas. The Doom Morph, a squid-like form, that are for these gooey purple platforms or whatever they are. And there are these morph balls in the air where you use it for swinging like you're Spider-Man. And last but not least, the Doom Wing, which is basically your super form for this game. Which is my favorite Doom power because you get to like fly around the area and then probably an easier way to get an S rank, just like the Chaos Control. Okay, so let's talk about the level stages. Now, there are 6 stages in this game, and those stages are the Space Colony Arc from Sonic Adventure 2, Rail Canyon from Sonic Heroes, Kingdom Valley from Sonic 06, Sunset Heights from Sonic Forces, Chaos Island from Sonic Frontiers, and the final stage is, of course, Radical Highway. It's kind of funny that they decided to put Sunset Highway and Chaos Island in the game when Shadow Generation takes place during Sonic Generations. But they're still fun and enjoyable to play it or replay it. But my favorite ones have to be Chaos Island and Radical Highway. Well, one of the reasons why I choose Chaos Island as one of my favorite stages is because, well, let's just say I've always wanted to see what it feels like if Shadow was in Sonic Frontiers. Because he wasn't in Sonic Frontiers, but he was mentioned. And yes, I did choose Radical Highway as one of my second favorite stages, but goddamn, Black Doom, you really love Radical Highway, don't you?
I fucking love Radical Highway, Shadow. It's so cool. Holy shit.
And now, let's talk about the boss fights. And I gotta say this. The bosses in this game did not disappoint. And I love every single boss fight that I've, beaten. There are only 4 bosses in this game, and those bosses are the Bio Lizard from Sonic Adventure 2, Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes, and oh my god, they brought back Mephiles! And then last but not least, Black Doom's form, Devil Doom / Neo Devil Doom. And look, I know I keep picking favorites in this video a lot, but this will be the last time I'll be picking favorites. And my favorite bosses are Mephiles and Devil Doom / Neo Devil Doom. Fighting Mephiles was fun. Obviously, his boss fight was going to be the same thing from Sonic 06, but way better actually. Okay, I'm not saying his fight in Sonic 06 was awful. It's just that what Shadow Gens did was really enjoyable, and I love what they did, which I'm going to explain it right now. So in this boss fight, you have to use the Doom Morph, so that way you can hit him on the purple gooey stuff on the floor. And once he's knocked out, you attack him. And then when he transforms into his monster form, he'll be summoning his shield. You use the Doom Morph again, break his shield, and then you attack him with your Doom Morph. And when Mephiles summons his clones for the final attack, you get to use Chaos Control, attack each and every single of his clones, and then you defeat him where there's an epic final cutscene. Wow, seriously, this is one of the best cutscenes I've ever seen. And now, the final boss, Devil Doom. The same form that Black Doom uses in Shadow the Hedgehog back in 2005. The first phase of the boss is where you use the Doom Surf. To hit Devil Doom, there will be these balls that will appear, and you will have to hit these balls with the left or right buttons, where it will give him damage. And when you see a dash panel, go there and it will lead you close to Devil Doom. And once you get near Devil Doom, you get to beat the crap out of him. Well, in the eye. And the second phase is where you have to use the Doom Morph once again for these purple gooey platforms. And also the Morph Balls. And when you go into the dash ring, you'll attack him again, just like in the last phase. And then he reveals his final form, Neo Devil Doom. And this is the part where you get to use the Doom Wing. And all you have to do is avoid any attack that he throws at you, like these walls and his eye tail thingy. And once you get closer to Neo Devil Doom, you attack his big eye. And the final part about this boss is so amazing. Probably one of the best final bosses I've ever experienced. And the final cutscene? Absolute cinema. And then we get the ending where Shadow sees Maria and Gerald for the final time. Because both Maria and Gerald are literally fading away. Shadow wanted them back, but Maria is like, it's okay, I will always be with you. And then Shadow left with a tear coming out of his eye. And that's the end of Shadow Generations. I really love this game so much. It's one of the best games coming from the Sonic franchise recently since Frontiers. Sega really cooked with this one, and I will keep replaying this game until I get tired of it. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.